Unfortunately, this evening I'm here in Hearst, Ontario to announce the arrest of an 18-year-old male for flight from police, dangerous driving, and the first-degree murder of Ontario Provincial Police Constable Tarun Bali. Earlier this afternoon, the accused fled from a hospital where he was being assessed under the authority of the Mental Health Act, and his officers attempted to safely apprehend the accused. Our officer was struck by a motor vehicle and killed while that motor vehicle was being driven by the accused. I'd like to extend my sincere gratitude to the OPP officers and an Anishinaabeg police officer who safely apprehended the accused before he could cause more damage and harm to others, and to the officers and paramedics who attempted to save our officer's life. I ask the media who have been reaching out to our officer's family, asking information, looking to make contact. Please go through the OPP. Let's give them time to grieve. Let's pay our respects to them and show some sympathy and support. We're happy to answer any questions that you may have of us.
Could you give us maybe a little bit of a timeline? Do you know when that the accused escaped from the hospital and how much time? I imagine many officers were deployed in the search. Can you give us more details?
This is still an active, ongoing criminal investigation, so I won't provide any specific times at this particular moment, as the investigation still has a lot of things to be confirmed. Suffice to say that around 12:30 this afternoon, this incident unfolded, and our officer lost his life based on the actions, the criminal actions, and of the accused.
Do you know if you can see, was there lots of officers uh, with him around that time of the incident? Was there lots of
There was a number of officers involved in looking for the accused. There were a number of officers involved in the arrest of the accused. Yes.
that came from different OPP detachment, well, not detachment, but towns, got Cochrane, Capscasing.
So once the event happens, and officers start deploying from all over the area, even from outside of the region. We're one big team here at the OPP, and when we lose one of our own, everybody leans in to lend a hand.
So, so the charges were laid like in the first press release. There was no charges, but the charges were laid later in the day.
So the accused has been arrested for flight from police ×2, dangerous driving ×2, and first-degree murder. Charges will be filed before the courts as the investigation continues, but those are the charges on which the accused has been arrested.
So the fact that you came here to Hearst, Commissioner, is that usually what you do when there's a fatal accident like that involving a police officer? You go to the city where it's to meet with the officers, the local officers.
Anytime we lose a member, and unfortunately we have lost a number of members, including just over a month ago, we lost Sergeant Brandon Malcolm from Northumberland County, and I absolutely do my best in anything I can to be present. We are one team. I rely on our officers right across this province to keep our citizens safe and secure. They risk their lives every single day, their physical safety, their psychological well-being. And on days like today, the reality of this job really hits home. And when we lose one of our own, we all do everything we can to come together, ensure justice is served, that we are supported as an organization, and our officers' families are supported.
Like I noticed, there's lots of officers here, and so from that I probably did. You probably spoke to a lot of officers from the area, or just before with the press conference.
We've had an opportunity to speak to a number of officers, and this is a reminder of our officers right across this province, our heroes. The level of bravery that they exhibit each and every day by putting their lives on the line to keep the rest of us safe is something that we should all take time to reflect on and ensure that we pay our respects to not only our fallen officers, those that will carry on in their memory to ensure ongoing safety and security. Today is a harsh and tragic reminder of the dangers that they face, and as an organization, as a profession, we're absolutely heartbroken. I can tell you that Provincial Constable Bali dreamed of being a police officer. The inspector and I have just sat with his family. We saw a picture when he was 2 years old where he stood there saluting as in the image of a police officer. And that image was right next to him as a proud provincial constable saluting. This was a lifelong dream for him. This showed in the work that he did each and every day, described as a team player, a dedicated officer, an extreme competent, a crime fighter, and somebody also passionate for the community, who supported victims and would do anything for the community that he served and the officers that he served alongside.
Perhaps one of the last questions that you reminded me. He was deployed. He's from another detachment in Southern Ontario. He was deployed. Yes, can you explain for what reason he was deployed in the James Bay, and for how long was he deployed?
Yeah, so we bring officers from around the province to areas in Northeast region and Northwest region on a voluntary basis to increase staffing levels. And our officer was here voluntarily. His home detachment was Dufferin, specifically in Orangeville, and this is not the first time that he volunteered for this deployment, and he was welcomed back. He did an incredible time last time he was here. He was doing an incredible time this time that he was here. He's truly an officer that in 2.5 years made a difference everywhere that he went.
Do you know for how long was he was here for this particular deployment?
Inspector, do you know how long he was here for?
So today on this rotation, he was going to be for 4 days.
He was here for 4 days. And how long was he supposed to stay here?
Gotcha. For 4 days. He was supposed to stay here for 4 days.
Vous pouvez un petit peu résumer les accusations qui ont été portées de ce que le commissaire Carrique a mentionné là, au début?
Certainement. Aujourd'hui, on se rencontre aujourd'hui pour annoncer le décès d'un de nos membres des agents de police provinciale. Tarun, Bali, était ici pour servir 4 jours en fait des évacuations puis aider nos membres communautaires en fait de la ville de Carrique. Aujourd'hui, nous avons répondu à un appel avec un homme qui s'était évadé de l'hôpital. Il y avait des concerns pour sa santé mentale. Les officiers sont disponibles durant la région. Ils ont fait des recherches pour essayer de retrouver le mâle pour le retourner à l'hôpital pour son bien-être. Durant les occasions, l'officier a souffert un accident tragique. Il est mort, perdu de nous. Mais son courage et son sacrifice n'est pas perdu en frais de notre communauté, la communauté policière, puis en frais de la représentation de sa famille, puis leur sacrifice pour les gens de l'Ontario.
Est-ce que c'est arrivé dans une région rurale, là, près de Hearst? Est-ce que vous avez des détails sur comment c'est arrivé? Est-ce que l'accusé a foncé? Est-ce que le policier n'était pas dans sa voiture ou est-ce que.
Il faut faire attention avec les détails de l'investigation. C'est encore une enquête qui se déroule présentement avec nos services d'enquête criminelle. Nous ne pouvons pas donner trop d'informations en ce moment pour respect de l'investigation qui se retrouvera en fait de la cour. Si on regarde certains détails près de notre cœur pour faire sûr que notre investigation n'est pas compromise en fait des événements qui s'est passé.
OK. Je ne sais pas si je les ai dit. Est-ce que vous pouvez répéter les accusations contre. C'est un jeune homme de 18 ans.
C'est un jeune homme de 18 ans. Je m'excuse, mais il y a un compte de meurtre. Flight from police, dangerous driving. So, c'est des accusations au volant. En fait, conduire une moto d'une façon agressive, dangereuse. Et en fait, s'évader de la police à 2 fois.
Donc, il était au volant d'une moto?
Pardon?
Une automobile?
C'est ça, il était dans une automobile.
Savez-vous quand est-ce qu'il va? Là, j'imagine qu'il est détenu, puis savez-vous la date de sa comparution en cours?
Il est détenu, il y aura une apparition demain. ça va être dirigé par nos membres criminels des enquêtes. On sera amené en fin de la cour auprès d'un justice de paix qui vont décider s'ils vont garder auprès des custodies ou s'ils vont se relâcher à ce stade.
Comment poser la question? Moi, c'est la question avec la famille qui parlait qui rêvait de ça.
Ah, OK. Peut-être parler de l'officier. Vous avez rencontré sa famille virtuellement, j'imagine, tantôt. Là, sa famille qui habite, je ne sais pas dans quelle ville, dans le sud de l'Ontario.
J'ai rencontré l'officier ce matin. C'est un officier avec un cœur profond, qui aime sa communauté, adore son travail, puis a dédié sa vie, même durant son 2 ans et demi de service à la communauté à travers la province. Depuis un âge de 2 ans, il rêvait d'être un officier de la police provinciale. Puis même à l'âge de 2 ans, il faisait un salut. On a un portrait de lui, en fait, de sa graduation, même quand il était un petit garçon. On a rencontré sa famille aujourd'hui au plein, avec à sa face. On est en train de les supporter durant ce moment difficile. Puis on encourage tout le monde, en fait, même le média, de le garder un petit peu de privé, avec toutes sortes de questions d'enquête, pendant qu'ils souffrent ce manque profond de leur manque de leur famille.
Il est originaire de quelle ville, vous savez?
Il vient de la région de Dufferin, dans la région de Orangeville, dans l'OPP.
I know I mentioned it, but on behalf of the inspector and I and all the members of the OPP, I would like to again thank Chief Terry Armstrong from Naps Police for the incredible work that his officer did here today alongside us. They're an extremely valued policing partner.
On a aussi partagé nos appréciations de nos services policiers de Chinabiasque, puis en fait les services médicaux, IMS, qui nous ont aidés ensemble pour essayer de garder la vie de notre officier. Puis aussi de la communauté qui nous supporte de jour à jour durant nos travaux policiers. On est très acceptés et supportés en fait de notre région GFP par nos membres. Ouais, c'est bon. On aimerait faire nos sincèrement nos appréciations.